Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your BST teacher, and as we were discussing about the public sector, private sector and joint sector enterprises yesterday, today we will discuss about the forms of private sector enterprises, how many types of private enterprises exist and what are the ways to form these business enterprises. The first one is sole proprietorship. The word in itself is clearly saying that only one individual is taking full responsibility of running this type of business. He is accountable for all the activities, all the managerial decision making, and all the liability of business is vested in this single individual. The definition that is marked over here is a business owned, managed, and controlled by a single individual is called sole proprietorship. Okay, so the definition is clearly saying that the ownership, management, and control of that business lies in the hand of a single people. Okay, a single person is having the sole responsibility, sole decision making, control, and direction of that business. There are different definitions that are given in your book by some renowned management gurus, management scholar, and management thinkers. So the first one is by J.L. Hansen. Sole trade a business is a type of business unit where one person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk, and for the management of business. The same thing is written in all the definitions, but the language, the way of expression is different. The gist is same. L.H. Hannay says that the sole proprietorship is the form of business organization at the head of which stands an individual as one who is responsible, who directs its operations, and who alone runs the risk of failure. Okay, so it is very clear to you, if you are the sole decision maker of the business, you are investing your own saving and you are borrowing fund from somewhere else, from any financial institutions, or you are borrowing some from your friend or any source that is of your interest, and you have to pay the interest on your own. If your business is doing good, you are earning good profit, then you will pay the loan with a great ease. But if the business is not doing good, or failure is resulting, then you will be responsible for managing all the debts. And for that, you have to keep some assets with you. Okay, because if any person becomes insolvent, the assets are sold and the debt is recovered. So there are some more definitions. At least you have to memorize a definition by some renowned scholar that is easy to comprehend and easy to learn. Don't go for some very complicated definitions, okay? Because you will not able to memorize that, and in the examinations or if someone asks, you will be perplexed. So go for the easy ones that are easy to comprehend, easy to understand for the person who is asking you. Don't try to complex the things. Some student thinks that the complicated ones are very good. For your age, the simple definitions will do you purpose. Now we will move to the features of sole proprietorship form. A business that is owned by a single person, what type of features are present? The first one is single ownership. It is very clear to us. Single ownership means the business is owned by a single person. There are some positivities and some negativities that are related with these type of businesses. Okay, if you are of a sound mental background, if your managerial and technical skills are good, then you can single-handedly manage all the affairs of the company. But if your business is very sophisticated, then a single-handed management will not do good in that type of business. You need some help, you need some partners for that. So if your size of business is small, the capital that is required for the investment is also small, then single proprietorship forms are good for that type of business. Okay. Next one is formation and closure. There are very simple legal procedure to establish single proprietorship forms. the policy, the law that is controlling and managing this type of business are very simple in comparison to the commercial companies. And the taxation process, their formation and closure is also very simple. Even if there are some rules and regulations, but these rules are very simple because government understands that the person who is going for sole proprietorship is a single individual and is having less capital in comparison to the big corporate companies. Okay, that's why the things are kept simple. In your book, it is written that there are no legal formalities required to start and close sole proprietorship form. There is no separate law governing this form of business. Only in some cases, a license might be required, but otherwise, forming and closing sole proprietorship business is very simple. Okay, so you can easily comprehend what is written in your book. There is no complicated argument. Next one is unlimited liability. This is what I was talking about. If you are the sole decision maker, if you are having the sole obligation for the business, then your liability would be immense. Because for each and every aspect of the business, you are responsible. You are reaping the benefits and you will be bearing the risk. Any type of risk that is resulting in your business will directly come to you. But you can never say that I am not responsible for this type of activity that is resulting in your business. So it is a very challenging scenario. Okay. So you understood that in case of business losses, if the business assets are not sufficient to meet all business liabilities, the proprietor may have to sell his personal property to pay off the liabilities. This is the very important aspect. If you are not able to meet the requirements of the business, if you are not able to pay the dividend properly, then your personal properties would be confiscated to pay the debt, to pay the EMIs and any other expense that is resulting through your business. You cannot say that I am not involved in this, my personal property should not be confiscated. You are single-handedly owning your business, so your personal properties are also in the ambit of this confiscation. This is a risk factor that is involved in single proprietorship, but you are enjoying all the benefits, all the profits. This is the plus point of this type of business. Next one is individual risk bearing and profit recipient. As we discussed, you are reaping all the benefits, all the profit that is being generated through your business. You are enjoying all the profits that is generated by your company, and you are bearing all the risk that is resulting in your business. If your business is not doing good, you are single-handedly accountable for that. This is very clear. There is no elaboration needed for this. One-man control. This is also very clear. You are the sole decision maker, you are the proprietor. Then you are having proper control, proper coordination, any type of issue that is resulting in your business organization. You will handle all the issues with your personal intelligence and managerial skills. So it is very tough for a person to develop such kind of technical and managerial skills. It is possible for few people who can handle all the operations of a business single-handedly. But if we talk about general perception, it is very hard for a single individual, and especially for the MSMEs, the person who are making investment of around 20 to 30 lakh rupees in a rural area, especially. If any cottage industry of your village or your town, you cannot expect the person who is managing all the affairs, who is owner of that business, to possess the sophisticated knowledge of manufacturing and managerial skills. Okay, that's why the chances of failure of MSMEs are very high, and that's why government supports through different measures and means, because MSMEs are the backbone of our economy, and if we are not providing proper support to our MSMEs, then our economy will suffer. because MSMEs are providing employment, especially in rural areas where the level of education, the ratio of poverty are very high. People are illiterate. If you compare the population of rural and urban areas, there are several parameters on which we can compare. Okay.